Hi everyone, Snea here again. Ian and I will be presenting you guys the next year's 2020-2021 officers. So Maddie Park, Leila Santos, the show choir co-presidents, Brandon Imai, the executive vice president, Sia Gupta, the treasurer, Nicholas Flores, secretary, Sanaya Meneses, show choir VP, and Aaron Agregado and Dylan Nguyen, the activity co-chairs.
Celeste Kim, communications, Emily Wee, historian, Isella Han, fundraising, Jordan Trin and Joseph Lucas, publicity co-chairs, Victoria Mukai, stage manager, Nicholas Cornejo, musical productions president, Molly Sporn, musical productions vice president, Ella Camarena, musical productions activities chair. Congratulations to you all, and good luck next year.
All right, everyone, now it's time for my director awards. This is always a special time for me. It's difficult because there are so many of you that I would love to talk about. I could talk about all of you guys for hours, but there are a few special people that I want to make sure that I recognize. I'm going to give 3 awards for each class, actually 6. 2 Choreographer Choice Awards, 2 Singer of the Year Awards, and 2 Director Awards. And I'm going to start with the Junior High Choir, as you can see. As I chatted with our choreographers, they recommended several people that they thought should be recognized for this award, and so I'm using their recommendations and my own input as well for this. But for the Junior High Choir, the 2 people that I feel have been just exceptional leaders for us in especially the area of dancing, Hunter Hua and Kristen Young. Thank you guys both. You were both recognized by our choreographers for doing exceptional work and for being great students and for working hard. For Singers of the Year, again, 2 people that I've chosen. Number 1, Charlena Tran and Matthew Barcelona. Both those 2, you haven't seen them do a whole lot of soloing on stage yet, but their auditions were phenomenal, and I wanted to recognize their hard work. Lastly, there are a couple people that I'd like to just give my director awards to, and people that stand out for certain things. Number 1, Purnima Suresh has been an anchor for us all year. She sings well, she dances well, she's a great student, she works hard, and I am so thankful for her and all of what she does. Lastly, my second director award I'd like to give to Ryan Imai. Ryan has been such a great leader for us this year. He works so hard for me. Anytime I need anything done, Ryan's my guy. And he performs like a monster, too. Such a strong guy. Appreciate all of your effort and all of your work, you guys. Thank you. And now we move on to the 8th grade choir. The 8th grade choir has been a joy to work with all year. I love your energy and your enthusiasm. I love the fact that you're not rookies anymore and you're starting to really find your groove in the choir program. And so I'd like to point out a few people for our Choreographer's Choice Awards. The 2 people that our choreographers really saw as being hard workers for the female is Alice Kang, who really has gotten so much better this year, and also Ethan John, who's been just fantastic. Works so hard and does such good work. Such a good leader in our choreography as well. Okay. For our Singer of the Year, there are 2 people I'd like to recognize for that as well. Number 1, this young lady came in and did her audition and blew me away, and that is Jalen Aranzana. She was so fantastic. I wish I should really send you all the recordings so you can hear her. It would probably embarrass her, but she's so good, and you may not have seen her, but you're going to hear her soon. I guarantee that. The other guy that I'd like to point out is Ian Din. Ian worked so hard this year on improving himself vocally. He hit that really awkward point where his voice started changing this year, and he kept working and kept working. Had a big solo this year and really did well with it. So thank you, Jalen and Ian. For my Students of the Year, I'd like to give those two awards. Number one to a young lady who's very quiet and doesn't seek out a whole lot, but you saw her in the virtual choir show with a solo on her own, and that was Caitlin Gaviola with her little ukulele. She's such a strong performer in every avenue, and she's also just a very, very kind young lady. And so my Student of the Year goes to Caitlin. And for the guys, I gotta recognize my guy, Christian Feston, who's such a great leader in sectionals, and he's such a great singer, such a good soloist, and just a joy to be around. So a big thanks to Caitlin and to Christian. What do you guys think? Can I rock the pink? I don't know. It's pretty daring. I don't know if it goes with my coloring. Freshman choir, what a year we've had. I remember back to about the end of the first semester, and I really kind of started pushing you guys, challenging you. And I'm sure that was not comfortable for you guys. But I want to point out and make sure that everybody knows just how big of a turnaround that was. When we hit second semester, our work ethic changed, our focus changed, and our talent grew. Everything that we did, we sang stronger, we sang with more musicianship, and I was so pleased by the time we finished with the festival preview concerts. I was so impressed with the work that you put in. So thank you for letting me challenge you. Thank you for letting me push you. It really showed. Our Choreographer's Choice Awards go to these two people, Katie Trung and Javen Royal. Both great leaders and dancers. They've been fantastic this year, and thank you for your hard work, you guys. Our Singers of the Year for the freshman choir. Two people, again, I was super impressed with in their auditions. Laura Orr was fantastic, and Nathan Trung really did an amazing job on his audition. So both you guys deserve a lot of credit, a lot of hard work there. So thank you so much for your work. My director awards for the freshman choir have to go to my two officers. You guys have been fantastic in leading the class, not just in activities, but in music and in choreography, and have led by example from day one. So Aryan Gupta and Charlotte Fan, thank you so much for everything that you've done for choir. I appreciate you both so much. Musical productions. I think if there's one thing that I feel most robbed of this year by this pandemic, is seeing how you would have finished the year. I think we had our ups and downs and our bumps, and we've had some really, really wonderful times of music making, and we've struggled. But I felt like we were really on a good trajectory coming out of the festival. And I think if there was anybody I would have liked to have seen finish the year, it would have been you guys. I felt like we had good momentum, and we were just kind of hitting our stride. But things are what they are, and it was a good year. The growth that I saw in a lot of you individually was great. The awards that I want to give are well-deserved. Our Choreographer's Choice Awards, two people that stand out all the time and don't get as much recognition as they deserve, but Shia Patel has been fantastic for years now, and is one of those people that just always knows what she's doing, where she's supposed to be, always dependable. Secondly, Andy Duong has been phenomenal all year as well. He's great at retaining information, great at performing, as a great part of musical productions this year. For our Singers of the Year, I think this probably won't surprise anybody. For the ladies, Amy Nguyen did such a good job. She was such a great leader in sectionals and did such a phenomenal job on her audition. She really showed a lot of improvement as the year went on. And I think the person who kind of knocked us out the most during the Broadway show was Jordan Trin, who did such a great job on his solo and has just been all year doing great work. My director awards this year go to Nicholas Cornejo and Ashley Matamoros. Ashley has been such a great leader so many times. She's so good at choreography, and she's so good at teaching it. She's so good at encouraging the people around her to perform well. She's she's a person that I'm really going to look forward to seeing performing in the future. And Nick just has a great spirit about himself. Seems to kind of take wherever he's at and perform well. He's such a great actor and so much fun to be around. So Nicholas and Ashley, thank you all so much for a great year. Advanced Girls Ensemble, you have been such a wonderful joy to get to work with all year long. Thank you for the smiles that you bring into class each day. I truly enjoy spending each class period with you guys. Your work is phenomenal, and it's a joy to get to be with you. I think at the beginning of the year, I was a little nervous. The class was a little bit smaller. I was worried to see how it would end up. And yet, we did not take one step back with the quality of work that we did, even though we were a smaller class. I think that's a real testament to you and to your work level, that we were able to do the same caliber of music that we have been doing with that class with a considerable less number of people. So that's a real testament to you and your effort. So thank you. Our two awards for Choreographer's Choice probably won't surprise you at all, but the two people that were chosen by our choreographers were Azella Han and Jane Kim. Both wonderful ladies that worked really hard this year and stand out all the time. Our Singer of the Year awards this year might be a little bit more of a surprise to you because I get to hear them more than you do. Domo Ipapo has been so strong for so long, and she's just gotten better and better. Her audition was phenomenal. And again, I think she's someone you're going to hear from in the future. So thank you, Domo. And our second person who really surprised me, I know her as being a fantastic dancer, but Claire Lee did an amazing job in her audition. She sang so well, and I was so proud of all that, all the growth that you've shown, Claire. So thank you. My director awards are going to go to number one, Emily Wee. Not only did Emily do a great job as an officer this year, but she's such a strong alto, always knows her part and works so hard. It's been a tough year for Emily, and I won't go into detail or anything, but she has grown so much since the beginning of the year. And, you know, we've had good conversations, and it's so good to see you guys come out of bad situations better people. So Emily, thank you so much, and congratulations on Student of the Year. The second person that I'd like to recognize for Student of the Year is Julia Dang. And Julia, you and I have had so many conversations over the last year or so. It's a joy to get to see you grow. I'm excited to see what the future has for you. You've been such a great leader for our class, have worked so hard, and I have improved so much as a singer and a dancer since I first met you in my cluster as a 7th grader. So all 6 of you, thank you so much for all of your work.